A very good morning and a warm welcome to one and all present over here. Thank you so much for joining another Super Sunday Workshop, teachers and all the educators out there. Today we are going to get into a fantastic topic called as AICTE. All these sessions that are happening every Sunday from 10 to 11 is with the purpose of creating an awareness and providing an exposure to all the educators out there, especially from the perspective of Indian education system. There are massive changes that are happening right from the day when NEP 2020 got released in the year 2019 December, the draft document, and then a lot of other changes. With that 66 pages document, there are multiple other documents that are getting released by Government of India probably every month. One or the other things are keeping on developing, and now there's a massive change called as National Credit Framework, which is going to completely revolutionize the school education system to a large extent. Some of the major bodies that are associated with National Credit Framework is CBSE, NCRT, NCVET, National Council of Vocational Education and Training, UGC, University Grants Commission, then AICTE, Ministry of Skill Development, NSDC, multiple organizations. And everyone is trying to unify and universalize the system of education right from the school till the post graduation, something called as KG to PG, KG to PhD, something like that. So here in this case, we are going to understand each of these departments little by little. We understood National Credit Framework in a very brief manner. We did not really get into the details of it. Uh, just because we had to understand the other departments as well. One of the departments that we understood last week was NSQF by NSDC, which is National Skills Qualification Framework, where we understood about the levels for certain credits. We understood about credit points a little bit to quite some extent. And based on that, NCRF comes up with a typical notional learning hours and allots a certain credits for those learning hours. But these learning hours are not something that has to be, rigorous in nature, but it is mandatory. It is assumed that 1200 hours of learning can happen by any individual in India, and that's how the government has provided uh, you know the level facilities to at least bare minimum make sure at least 4 hours on a daily basis, approximately 3 to 4 hours, you will be able to study. That includes your school as well. So based on that, 1200 notional hours in an academic year, that accounts to 40 credits. Yeah, that means it's like 30 hours equal to 1 credit. So what do you mean by all these credit system? Why do we have credits in place? What are the advantages of credit system? We'll try to conclude that NCRF in a nutshell in the upcoming Super Sunday workshop, which is going to be the next week. But this week, we need to understand UGC and AICT up to a certain extent to know why these two bodies, which are actually known for recognizing courses in various universities and colleges, are involved over here. See, it is said that end of the day, whenever we prepare for board exams, there is a notion by most teachers or educators, including parents, it's that you secure a certain score in 10th standard so that you can select so and so course in 11th and 12th. It gets amplified in the next level. You secure a certain rank or certain score in your 12th standard, you will be able to take that course in so and so college. Getting mechanical in IIT Chennai is very difficult. Why? Mechanical fills fast. Am I really interested in mechanical engineering? I don't care. I mean, the parents. You have to get mechanical in IIT Chennai because that's the best. The point over here is the course recognition, the college's affiliation. All these are getting into account from these two bodies called as AICT and UGC. It's not a very big difference. AICT is completely with respect to technical education. UGC is more of into arts and science. So there are some courses which in both of these bodies actually recognize. I would like to iterate over here, teachers. AICTE and UGC both are bodies that recognize the course, not the college. I'll repeat it, recognizes the course and not the university or the college. So that means there could be some schools and colleges, universities out there who have got their courses recognized by AICT and UGC, but not all of them might be recognized. For example, just to give an instance, if Hema ma'am is just crossed 12th standard, she would like to do marine engineering in say ABC College, and in this ABC College, marine engineering is present, very well renowned, approved and approved by AICTE, and she's able to join and she's able to do the course. But the same college also has something called as say for example biotechnology. Now, biotechnology is present in the college, but it's yet not approved. In that case, though the college might have multiple courses approved under AICTE, but not that course, the certificate that the college will issue to the candidate, here in this case, HEMA, might not even be valid. Hence, for all the students out there, before even they apply to a particular college or a school, I mean, university over here, it's important for us to recognize or identify if the recognition has already happened or not for that particular course. I hope you're getting the clarity. Let me show you the screen and then quickly talk about. This is not going to be a large session. It's going to be a very simple, short and sweet session. And one major disadvantage of technical education in India was that it was always spoken in English. And since 2018, that got massively changed. Regularly, regional language courses are coming into picture. We'll even look into a video on the same. But let's understand AICTE from exposure perspective. So the moment I share my screen, this is how it looks like. This is the website of AICTE. So today morning I took the screenshot, and they've launched the approval process of 2024-25. So you can see that they've got the complete guidelines. If anyone of you is in the plan of starting your own college or university, I think the complete guidelines on getting yourself recognized, your course recognized, is present in this website. This is where you're supposed to go. I just click on it. The moment I click on it, this is how it gets opened. Now, pharmacy or pharmaceutical engineering, that also comes under AICTE. It was not under medical council, but it is under medical council as well. So there are some courses that are there in multiple departments. AICTE should also approve it. I'll also show you some list of courses that are actually given by AICTE that are approved by them if the documents are submitted properly. So this website has got everything with respect to technical education, majorly operating for higher education, AICTE, All India Council for Technical Education, from higher grades perspective. But they've started initiating the process of technical education from grade 8 onwards in school education itself. Grade 8, what will AICTE do? They'll launch courses. They'll launch courses that are vocational in nature. Vocational in the sense something related to procedural knowledge, something with which you can immediately get a job and start earning it. So that's how NCVET and AICTE collaborated with each other, and they came up with this scheme of having AICTE present in the school education itself. We'll look into it in few minutes. So it actually got established in the year 1945 as a national level apex advisory board to conduct a survey on the facilities available for technical education. Since 1945, this was operating as a standalone body, but over the period of time, once the education policy got framed in the year 1986, this became one of the major departments to approve the courses in various schools, various universities and colleges. So that's how AICTE got formed. And there is something called as Atal Academy, then AICTE AI language translation tool. The best part of AICTE right now is they're working on ICT curriculum as well. They realize the importance of computer science playing an important role in all the vocational subjects. You have to be, suppose, want to be a 3D designer, want to be into carpentry, or pottery for that matter. Things can be designed on the system and can be printed out using 3D printing. It's even called as rapid prototyping, and that is very revolutionizing or disruptive, I would say. The hacksaw blades are no more necessary, probably. So there are some very interesting things about AICTE, which I'm not really getting into the details, but let's understand from the perspective of National Credit Framework. For that, let me go back to the presentation. And the other body apart from AICTE is University Grants Commission. This is another body which is again working very closely with AICTE and NCRT, NCVT, and various other bodies to draft the National Curriculum Framework. Okay, I understand that NCRF is coming with the purpose of giving equal importance to academics and skills. I'll repeat it. NCRF is coming up with the purpose of giving equal importance to academics, that is your conceptual knowledge, and the skills. Right now, when we talk about knowledge and skills over here, what do they actually mean? That means a child in the school can learn whatever he or she wants based on the curricular areas given. At the same time, a child can choose a vocational subject and learn that. There was a perception back in those days where a child who cannot learn the concepts written in the book is better with ITI, better with industrial training programs, better with probably wiring or things like that. So students started using vocational courses. In fact, vocational courses were also looked down upon. Acha, this boy is from a vocational course. Probably this boy might not know the concepts behind it. That was the notion in India, and it's still the same, and it's going to take some time for this change to happen. But luckily, there are some states where only students, the opposite side, who are really elite, according to the marks category, they are given the opportunity of learning vocational subjects, especially in 11th and 12th. I think if there are Kendriya Vidyalaya teachers, army public school teachers over here, you might second that 11th and 12th has got vocational subjects like electronics, electrical maintenance, computer science, and various other things, right? And this was given, the opportunity was given only to those people who really had a very good mark in 10th standard board exam. So this is Maharashtra. But on the other way, Tamil Nadu is like, let me give vocational opportunities to the students who cannot really study. So there's a huge disparity between, or an indirect communication of the ministry telling that these are two different things. But that's what is going to happen. That's the change that's going to happen right now. The people are going to consider both of them at the same level, and in order to bring both of them to the same level, there needs to be certain level of marks over here, certain level of marks over here, and both should be same. And the marks that I'm talking about over here is called as the credits. So here in this case, certain credits are given if you complete a certain subject, certain credits are given if you complete a certain vocational course, and both these credits come together, they get added up, and that credit is being used for future judgments, admissions, and things like that. So the point over here is, it's very simple. The framework of concept and skill being given equal importance is coming under NCRF, National Credit Framework. And this NCRF has to be developed by the people who are already into skills and the concept. NCRT is completely into the concepts by providing the textbook. Skills is completely with NSQF, National Skills Qualification Framework. But under NSQF, there are many other bodies who are running the institute. For example, AICTE, they approve if this is the right technical education. Are you doing the right, following the right methodology to communicate? In fact, they even have a proper teacher training program for implementing technical subjects, including computer science, electrical maintenance, electronics, and communications. And it's a year-long program. In fact, if you want, you can participate in that. That's how the website is there, and anybody can participate and learn from it. And you also become eligible to become professors and assistant professors. So there's a huge process down the line. So once UGC, AICT sat together, who are the higher education people responsible to decide on who are the right people to come to them. I'll reiterate it. Once 12th standard gets completed, there is this 12th standard board exam ka marks, and there is this entrance exam ka marks. Based on that, there is an admission happening at a higher level, right? Now, this higher level admission, wherever it is happening in higher education, that happens only in colleges that are approved of AICTE and UGC and few other bodies. So when we talk about technical education, AICT takes that responsibility. So that person, AICT, should tell the schools, for your children to become eligible to join my college, they should be ready with some skills also. So that is the reason they came into picture, and they started telling that NCRF, I will also start contributing. So what have they contributed? How have they contributed? All these things, let us discuss in the session today. And apart from that, even if you're not able to understand certain points over here, it's a deliberate attempt. Don't worry. Next week, when we talk about this in detail, NCRF, only NCRF, then all these things will fall into place. Let's go to the next slide. In order to give a quick, understanding on some courses that are approved by AICTE, let me share my screen and show that to you. Here it is. This approval process is quite a task actually, and but still, let me show you. So these are approved nomenclature of courses: diploma in engineering and technology. So they've got all the technologies present over here. These are some of the courses that are approved by AICTE. I think you're able to see this. Commercial and computer practice, computer engineering and IoT. So construction automation, the code is given. In fact, when you're getting admission in one of the colleges, wherever you're going, you should know or see that that particular course name is listed out here. It's important. And also get the document from the college where they say that it is approved. It's important. So this is the document for AICTE. Yeah, let's quickly check another document which is for UGC. Now this is University Grants Commission. It is again taken from the same website, and this is Distance Education Bureau. So basically, in Andhra Pradesh, Acharya Nagarjuna University, Guntur, they have got the recognition period from 2021 to 24, up to Jan 2025 only. After that, they have to renew their affiliation, right? Recognition, basically. I'm sorry. Bachelor of Arts, Economics, History, and Politics. Combination of the economics and public administration. So this is completely oriented towards arts. Bachelor of Arts, combination of three subjects, and there is another state now. So Andhra Pradesh A is the first, then Assam, then all the states will come down, and based on that, you can look into what are the subjects that are, So from UGC and AICT website, a child or a candidate who would like to go for higher education can know what is approved and what is not. Based on that, the admissions can happen. Now, I think you would have understood what UGC and AICT is all about. These both are bodies that are approving courses at higher education levels. So far clear? Now these are higher education. How are they related to school? Now we will come to it. But before going forward, I would like to show you one very good initiative of AICTE, and in the form of a video. This will give you a very good perspective on what Sri Dharmendra Pradhan talks about AICTE, why the language inclusion and things like that. Please watch this, teachers. You'll get a very good insight. It's in the mix of English and Hindi. You'll be able to understand with the subtitles.
हम ये मान के चलते हैं कि भाषा कहीं बाधा ना बने, तो इसलिए ये काफ़ी एक अच्छा कदम है, ये काफ़ी सराहनीय कदम है, और इस तरह के कदम के लिए हम सभी पूरे विभाग को हम इसके लिए धन्यवाद और अपने हृदय तल से उनको आभार प्रकट करते हैं। और सबसे खास यह है कि जैसे अखिल भारतीय तकनीकी परिषद के सहयोग का सरकार किया जा रहा है, निश्चित रूप से बिहार जैसे हिंदी भाषी प्रदेश के तकनीकी शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में दूरगामी एवं सकारात्मक परिणाम होंगे।
The National Education Policy 2020 aims to increase the gross enrollment ratio in higher education, including vocational education, from 26.3% to 50% by the year 2035. All India Council for Technical Education, AICTE, has already initiated implementing the recommendations of NEP 2020. Aligning with an important recommendation of NEP 2020, AICTE has initiated technical education in Indian languages in the year 2021-22 by conducting undergraduate and diploma level programs in 6 languages. These were conducted by 19 institutions in 10 states.
बचपन से सुनने की भाषा, उसी में अगर पढ़ाई लिखाई हो जाएगा तब उसकी अंदर सृजनशीलता और बढ़ जाएगी। ये सारा विषय भी इस बार की राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति की अंश विशेष है।
AICTE has introduced technical book writing and translation in 12 scheduled Indian languages, which may lead to enhanced GER and enhanced learning outcomes. This will also strengthen innovation and research capabilities for the students in the coming years.
सबसे बड़ी बात है कि भाषा कभी भी ज्ञान अर्जन में बाधक न बने, इसलिए जो मातृभाषा में पढ़ना चाहता है उसे हम लोग पढ़ने में उसको मदद करना चाहिए और उस तरह की सुविधाएं हम लोग को देनी चाहिए। और ये जो AICTE के माध्यम से सहयोग से जो पुस्तकें हमको मिल रही हैं और जो मार्गदर्शन प्राप्त हो रहा है, तो आज न केवल ये काम हुआ बल्कि हम लोग के सरकार के साथ निश्चय का एक बहुत बड़ा अंग आज कार्यान्वित भी हो गया। तो इसलिए मैं आप सभी को बधाई देता हूं।
AICTE has started original book writing in English for the first year, then translated in 9 Indian languages post original writing as per AICTE's model curriculum. These are Hindi, Marathi, Bengali, Tamil, Telugu, Gujarati, Kannada, Punjabi and Odia. Translation in remaining 3 languages, Assamese, Urdu and Malayalam, is in process. Sustained efforts of 520 authors, translators and reviewers over the last year has led to completion of tasks related to first year books in engineering and technology.
साहब की भाषा और शिक्षा, भाषा का अगर बंधन बन गया तो शिक्षा निश्चित रूप से नहीं मिलेगी। तो भाषा का बंधन भी AICTE ने राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के प्रारूप के हिसाब से तोड़ने की कोशिश की है। सरल भाषा उसको रखने की कोशिश की है, लिस्ट भी नहीं बनाया है, लेकिन जो ज्ञान लेने का तरीका जो है उसको भी हमने सरल किया है। बच्चे के लिए सिर्फ भाषा का बंधन ही नहीं हट रहा है। हमने जो है ये किताबें जो बनाई, ये साधारण किताबें नहीं है, ये साधारण हमने सिर्फ अंग्रेजी से इसको हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट नहीं किया है। सबसे पहले तो ऐसी किताब बनाने की हमने कोशिश की कि क्या शिक्षक के बिना भी बच्चा समझ सकता है क्या।
AICTE is distributing one set of books in Indian languages for the libraries of the degree and diploma institutions.
बनाना किताबों को और उसको पब्लिश करना एक कार्य होगा, लेकिन हमने यदि कहा कि हम किताबें तैयार कर रहे हैं, लोगों का उसमें भरोसा नहीं होता है। जब तक अपने आंखों से वो किताबों को लोग नहीं देखते हैं तो उनको भरोसा नहीं होगा। इसलिए हमने हर राज्य में ये किताबें जो बनाई है उसका विमोचन ही नहीं तो उसका हम वितरण भी करने जा रहे हैं। उनमें भरोसा और ज्यादा बढ़ेगा। उसके बाद लाइब्रेरीज में भी, जब ये वाचनालयों में भी किताबें आएगी तो जो अंग्रेजी में भी पढ़ना चाहता है उनको भी कभी कभी समझ में जो नहीं आता है वो पढ़ने के लिए ये किताबें काम है। जो अपनी भाषा में सीख रहे हैं उसके लिए तो आएगी। तो इसलिए एक बहुत बड़ा कार्यक्रम हमने जो हाथ में लिया है उसमें हमको राज्य सरकार हो, हर राज्य की तकनीकी विश्वविद्यालय के कुछ प्राध्यापक हो, उसको अनुवाद करने के लिए मदद कर रहे हैं। सब लोगों का मेरा अभिवादन।
In the year 22-23, AICTE has already initiated the process for second year original book writing in English in 88 subjects, out of which 42 at degree level and 46 at diploma level have been identified. A budget of rupees 18.6 crore has been earmarked for developing second year course material in English and its translation into 12 Indian languages. Now 40 institutions across 10 states have come forward to start engineering education in 6 Indian languages in one or more disciplines, and it is hoped that this will increase exponentially in coming years, thus fulfilling an important recommendation of NEP 2020.
Well, that was engineering in Punjabi, Marathi, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, and all. So that's going to be a massive change, and already the books are printed, so the students can even now get it and learn engineering for the first time in regional languages. So AICT is coming up with such an amazing. See, only when higher education is ready with certain availabilities, only then school education can work accordingly, right? See, there used to be times when teachers used to assign the class monitors to write the names of the students who are talking in Hindi on the board, and in fact there used to be a punishment as well. 2 rupees ka, 1 rupee or 2 rupee, whatever it is, you need to pay, and then something like that. So that was mainly done from the point of view that the higher education is going to be majoritively majorly available in English, right? But now that's not the case. And the good point is, right now when it's available in regional languages, the inclusion is going to be more. The students are going to more be oriented towards any sort of education, not only arts but also technical education. So that's one major change and advancement in AICT. And if a college is ready to conduct this, AICT will come into picture, supply the books, and be a guide over there, and of course approve the course. So this is a very massive update that I wanted to produce, and that's the reason I thought AICT session should have this particular video. Though it has not got much pointers on national credit framework, but you would have got an understanding of what AICT is all about. Let's come to the point and conclude it, understanding what is NCRF and AICT doing together. For that, I would like to share my screen again. And this is how it looks like. So in AICTE, even before NCRF came into picture, since 2014, there used to be an actual credit system. For example, let me share my screen. And that used to be called as a skill assessment matrix for vocational advancement of youth somewhere. skill assessment matrix for vocational advancement of youth. So basically here in this case, whenever this is 2014, you can see that. So the skill based vocational courses was launched by MHRD by this time, and somewhere defines the rules for credit allotment and follows the NSQF. NSQF is National Skills Quality Framework, who came up with levels of credits. I think you remember credit levels. Depending on the level you are, basically the age and the learning hours, they give you a certain level. So let me show that to you. Let me show that to you. And this is how it was. So if a child is studying for 15 hours, he gets 1 credit for theory. Now, this is according to somewhere. Okay, this has got changed right now. It has become uniform right now under NCRF. So even a child who's there in 8th standard, if he studies for 30 hours, it's 1 credit. The same child, irrespective of theory or practical in higher education, studies for 30 hours, it's again 1 credit, something like that. So here in this case, practical 1 credit is equal to 30 hours. And experiential learning, including relevant experience and proficiency, professional levels acquired, 1 credit is equal to 40 to 45 hours. So this is how they had actually given the breakup of credits. But let me show you National Credit Framework and AICTE. So this is the most important according to us. So you can see that according to AICTE, they said that students even in the school should be allowed to take a break from the school. Like if they really want to learn something at their age category, let them go and learn it. Like if they want, there should be a provision to learn. So in 9th standard, basically academic level 9, which is actually level of 2.5, you should be 8th standard pass student. You will be allowed to take a break of 1 year, and in that 1 year you can do a training at ITI. It's Indian Industrial Training Institute, and all the industrial training institutes are recognized by AICTE, and you can take any course that you want. So there is let me show you that right away. If I have, great. So this is that website from under skill directed courses of training centers, industrial training institutes. Depending on the location, you can select, and then you can probably search, and based on that, you'll get the complete list of schools or colleges where ITI happens, and there you can go and get trained after 8th standard. After doing 1 year, of course, they can come back and continue their grade 9. So when they went after 8th standard, it's not that they are actually taking a break in their career. They have earned that credits. And that credits, it's going to be really accountable when they go for higher education. Now, it's just not going to be there in grade 8. It's also going to be there in grade 9 and in 10 and in 11, in 12. So they are giving you very good option of exit and entry. And that's why they call it MEME, multiple entry and multiple exit. I hope you're able to see the screen now. Yes. So MEME, multiple entry and multiple exit, and they've given the categorization where and how it is going to happen. So let me show you the PDF of the same. I think page 105 of NCRF. And my purpose of showing the PDF is to just tell you that you need to go back and check all these things rather than just, listening to some of the YouTube channels out there, including me for that matter. So 9th grade, 8th grade pass, 9th class, they've given that. Similarly, in 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. So what are the other courses that you can actually do? And importantly, for you to do that course, your qualification should be, you have to be 8th grade pass. And when you go out, that pass should be, that means with a certain marks. So it's a simple assessment like the way you generally do. It could be an annual exam or a separate exam. And similarly, there should be entry level qualification also for that particular course. So though we did not get a detailed framework on what these things are as of now, I'm very sure all these things will be uploaded and launched eventually. Some of you must already have a doubt, when are these getting actually implemented? Are they already in picture? Is it already happening? Yes, you're absolutely right. It is already happening. But from 25-26 academic year, it's going to become more of a mandate. So when we talk about the mandatory CPD hours of 50 hours for teacher training program, I think in the year 20 to 23, it was not mandatory. But 23-24, there was a column in SQUAF, School Quality Assurance Framework, where they wanted to know if a school has completed 50 hours of training. That means all the teachers training. So somehow in one of the documents of affiliation or wherever it's quite appropriate and applicable, they will include this as well. No, this is very good question. It's just not for CBSE, it's even for state children. Yeah. So the whatever we are discussing right now from credit framework is not board specific. It is like common for everyone. However, there are some autonomous bodies who are recognized by government who can choose to accept it or not. As of now, there's no clear information on that. For example, ICC schools. Do you really want to follow the credit system or not? So that's a different thing. Now, the best part of credit system is they are not marks dependent. That means a person who's scoring 90 out of 100 gets more credit than a person scoring 40 out of 100. No, it's not that. Both of you have passed. Hence, you both get equal credits. So by the time when you reach a certain level in higher education or wherever, there are chances that not all universities might want to have a very good score. If you have completed a certain credit, that's enough. So in order to bring that uniformity, I think it's going to be present for all the boards. I hope I was able to answer that. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So then again, for other courses you've got. So we'll be talking about this table again little later in future, probably the next Super Sunday workshop. But yeah, so this is with respect to NCRF. Let me go back and show you one last thing, which is I'm so sorry, getting little here it is. So according to NSQF, ma'am, this is the level descriptors that are given. So for each and every level there is a certain age category and learning hours. So they are divided into NSQF level called as professional theoretical knowledge, professional and technical skills. We did this in the last Super Sunday workshop. Aptitude, mindset, broad learning outcomes, and responsibility. So each and every level has to be attained by a certain student, and based on that the credits are assigned. The complete mechanism of credit assignment, complete mechanism of how this will be used in future for the students to get, higher education admissions or job in the future. This document is going to be very helpful. We'll talk about that in the next Super Sunday workshop. So as of now, you would have got a brief understanding on what AICT is all about and why is it present in the first place. The most important one liner over here is concepts and skills are given equal importance. CBSE has been claiming this for a very long time, that they give equal importance, but for the first time you can actually feel it, at least with the marks perspective, with recognition perspective, right? So that's with respect to national credit framework. And AICT and UGC has been important organizations that are playing a key role in framing the document, and that is present over here. So when you look into the presentation, the next week presentation, so what we have done is we have combined the complete presentation of all the Super Sunday workshop. So by the time when next Super Sunday gets completed, this presentation can give you from A to Z information about how the national credit framework actually came into existence and how is it actually going to get applied. To that extent, it will be very detailed. So next Super Sunday, once it gets completed, if anyone wants the presentation, do let me know. I'll share this. So the report on national credit framework was jointly developed by the high level committee comprising of members from University Grants Commission UGC, All India Council for Technical Education AICTE, National Council for Vocational Education Training, which is NCVET, then National Council for National, so this is repeated, National Council for Educational Research and Training NCRT, Department of School Education and Literacy, and Department of Higher Education. Ministry of Education comprises of all these parts. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, NSDC, that we were talking about, this is MSD. Then Central Board of Secondary Education, then NIOS. Finally, Directorate General of Training. So these are the bodies that are responsible for National Credit Framework. While the other bodies are not really playing a great role in implementation and the framework document, UGC and AICT are very, very important. And that's the reason we thought we should have a separate Super Sunday on that. Now that we have understood what is AICT a little bit, UGC up to a certain extent, Nordic National Skills Qualification Framework up to a certain extent, understanding NCRF is going to be a very, very easy task, which we will understand in the next Super Sunday workshop. The circular of the same will be uploaded on the Super Teacher website in the upcoming event section. You can just go there and register, or else anyways you will receive the mail by Tuesday or Wednesday in order to register for the next Super Sunday workshop. Also, I would like to tell you that I'm running short of few resource people at my end, and hence there is a delay in the certification. Again, few people have not received it. I'll ensure that the certification for the previous Super Sunday workshop will be delivered by probably maximum by Wednesday. And for that, give me a moment. Yes. A reflection form will accept your responses in few seconds. Yeah, because it should be 10:40 a.m. and only then it'll accept it. It's done. I guess you should be able to open it. So that's it from my side, teachers. I hope you got a brief understanding and a little bit of exposure on AICT. I would humbly request you to join Super Sunday workshops on a regular basis. Pass on this information to your colleagues and friends across. In a very simple manner, we'll try to declutter what Indian education system is all about. Probably after completing 25 to 30 Super Sunday workshops, you'll be confident enough to question the education system, what is right and what is wrong, something like that. When elections are around the corner, there are a lot of policies coming up in the picture. Are they relatively or deliberately a political stunt, or is it actually part of the process that started in the year 2009-10, with NEP, PISA test happening in the country? So to understand all of these things, you really need to go back and research, and questioning the circulars, questioning the initiatives is the most important, I think, step towards some change. If a principal is happy about whatever is happening, that's fantastic. But if not, where to ask the questions, how to ask the questions, what is the history behind a particular document? To just get a quick perspective, these Super Sunday workshops could be really handy. And right after that, talk about it, gossip about it. Let people contribute their point of views, and then we come to a conclusion on what is appropriate and inappropriate, something like that. So that's it from my side, teachers. Thank you so much for joining on this Sunday as well. We'll keep on conducting Super Sunday workshop for the next year as well, depending on the changes that are happening in the Ministry of Education. We're waiting for annual pedagogical plan, APP circular, mandatory CPDR circular, few other circulars on teacher training topics that are applicable for the upcoming academic year. Once that is done, CPD programs at Super Teacher will also start. Super Sunday will also talk about it. So that's it from my side. I'll meet you again in the next Super Sunday workshop with NCRF in a nutshell. Thank you so much, and Jai Hind. If you have any queries, you can put it on the chat. Please fill the reflection form and then you can leave. Have a good Sunday. Happy Sunday. I told you, right? Today it's going to be comparatively a brief session on what AICT is all about. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Reflection form is coming on the chat. Thank you. Prince, sir, that's a good question. You need to talk to your principal regarding that. So, depending on the respective school leader, yeah, this could be done. Dr. Bharti, ma'am, I'm like I'm not in a position to right now, uh, you know, uh, actually allow the unmute option, ma'am. Please raise your query on the chat. And yeah, Koteshwar Rao, sir, it actually, so this particular workshop perspective is to conclude on NCRF. So to understand what National Curriculum Framework is, we have been doing this series. So we did NCRF, then we did NSQF, today we did AICTE and a little bit of UGC as well. Now when we talk about NCRF in the next Super Sunday workshop, we'll be able to understand the whole picture in a simple manner. When we talk only about NCRF without understanding the background, it will be a little confusing. It's a huge document of 40-45 pages approximately. And that's the purpose of this particular workshop. I hope you got the idea. Yeah, you can put on the chat. Poonam ma'am, yeah, if you want to become a CBSE resource person, you can actually, you need to be part of a CBSE school for sure. And you need to have a certain experience in conducting few workshops here and there. And you just need to apply on the CBSE website. So there is a place where, I want to become a CBSE resource person is what it asks for. Ask for, apply that. You can actually go to the CBSE Center of Excellence training website, which is actually over here, CBSE training portal. And in that, cbseit.in, and in that you will have to register as a resource person. So just click over there. You will get the option of entering your CBSE Siksha mail ID, and then you can start entering the details. Yes, Sarita ma'am, that's going to be the next session. I hope you got the answer, Poonam ma'am. Yes, Shumandra Roy, you're absolutely right, sir. Out of 50 hours, 25 hours is in-house. Yes, you're right. Which could be conducted by your principal or teachers within the school. We'll talk about the board exams, the number of board exams and things like that. We need to wait for few more circulars. We got the pattern for 10th and 12th. I think on April 3rd, a circular had come on what would be the pattern of the board exam. Well, that's kind of the repetitive circular of what happened in the last year. I mean, it still said 70% of your question paper is going to be on MCQs and 30% is going to be on the constructive questions, long and short answer questions. However, during the board exam, they made it 50%. 50% was MCQ and 50% was constructive questions. Hence, we need to wait and see what type of questions. As of now, we need to understand that competency-based assessment is going to come into picture, and 70% of the question paper is going to be on that. Please visit CBSE Academic website to click on archives and know the latest circulars. Thank you, Shanta ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Sangeeta ma'am. Thank you, Brinda ma'am. Jayashri ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. Gurpreet Kaur ma'am. Ma'am, I would request you to please be part of Telegram channel or the WhatsApp channel in which we keep on putting the links, because I'm not able to send mails after a certain level. So that's the reason. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Shumnath Avasti sir. It's there in the YouTube. You can visit YouTube channel Super Teacher Official, and over there you can get to see all the past videos of Super Sunday. No, NEP is applicable to all schools. It's a policy by government, and ICSE has already started implementing it. Yeah. Thank you, Salpa ma'am. Good to see you after long. Yes, Preeti ma'am. We'll get into that as well. Great. Sure, Mitali ma'am. No, that's a fantastic point. Renuka ma'am, IB has got a different system of working altogether. And we'll talk about IB on one of the Super Sunday workshops for sure. How IB curriculum and the system of IB based on the themes, the way you have the pedagogy and the curriculum, how is it relevant with Ministry of Education in India? We'll talk about that on a separate session. Yeah. Sure, Farisa ma'am, we'll do that. Whatever we are doing right now are the new changes for CBSE. Dilip Kumar sir, eventually we are going towards that. Even the board exams will become MCQs. You're right. Thank you, Pallavi ma'am. Sure, Preeti ma'am. AI in education will be done. Thank you. Dheeraj sir, you'll get it. Thank you. Nilima ma'am, eradicated is a big word, I guess. It's very difficult in this era. I would say regional languages are becoming more inclusive. Yeah. Anshu ma'am, yeah, you will receive the certificate if you watch the video on YouTube as well. But fill the reflection form on the same day. You can see the reflection form in the description of the YouTube video. So do that on the same day and you'll get the certificates. Dheeraj Sharma sir, it will be delivered to your email ID. We'll send you. Hey, ma'am, you're absolutely correct. That's quite a point of debate. Regional languages, how would we try to apply future? But yeah, maybe, there have been great leaders in the past who were quite good with regional languages, but they're excelling in foreign countries. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Path for the AICT website. It's, I think, AICT dot, okay, AICT-india.org. That's it. AICT. You just Google it, sir. You'll get it. That's it. Last 3 classes, I've filled the reflection form. I hope you have filled the reflection form before 6 o'clock on the same day, sir. I'll check. I'll check with the team, and please check your mail ID. Check your spam as well. You should have received an email. I'll look into it. Thank you for mentioning your email ID. Let me close the day, teachers. I would like to meet you again in the next Super Sunday workshop on NCRF. See you. Have a good Sunday. Bye. Great, Nisha ma'am. Meenakshi ma'am, certificate will be delivered to your mail ID.